So now, you're ready to solve it like a 3x3. And now we have parity. Parity is something that cannot happen on a 3x3, but it can happen on bigger cubes, most notably on cubes with an even number of dimensions. On a certain famous YouTuber's tutorial, he says that there are 4 types of parity, which is wrong. There are 2 types of parity. There's orientation parity, and there's permutation parity. Right here I have orientation parity, where one edge only is flipped. The algorithms to fix parity are unusually long, but they are not the longest algorithms in the world. So to solve orientation parity, you use this algorithm. Little r, u2, little r, f2, little r, f2, little r prime, f2, little l, f2, little l prime, u2, little r, u2, little r prime, u2, little r prime, and it is solved. The other type of parity that we have is called permutation parity, and it can come in many forms, but basically it can be reduced to when these 2 opposite edges are swapped. You may have a situation where 2 corners are swapped, or something like that. But really it comes from just these 2 opposite edges being swapped. And so you use this algorithm to swap these 2 edges. u2, little r2, u2, little r2, and here you do u2 and little u2 at the same time. Little r2, and then again u2 and little u2 at the same time. And permutation parity is fixed. There is also an algorithm for doing both at the same time. It will flip this edge and swap these 2 edges. You do not need to know this algorithm because you can perform it just by doing both the orientation and the permutation parity. But if you want to be fast, then you need to learn this algorithm. Little r2, b2, little r prime, u2, little r prime, u2, b2, little r prime, b2, little r, b2, little r prime, b2, little r2, b2. And it is solved. And you have solved a Rubik's 4x4.